following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on today's Live at 4, the health department shut down a local Mexican restaurant. Find out why coming up.
The Student Government Association has many plans for the future of WIU. Find out what they have in store next.
And see how students in one WIU department are getting a hands-on experience at a crime lab to prepare them for real-world jobs. You're watching Live at 4.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
A local Mexican restaurant has been ordered to close its doors after a failed health inspection. It's the first time this has happened in McDonough County since the 1990s. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm Devin Brooks.
And I'm Ryan Held. The health department revoked the license of El Rancheritos owner Lupe Leon on Tuesday. Environmental Health Director Chris Adams said it was license revoked after the multiple health violations that could cause foodborne illness.
We found several containers of food in the temperature danger zone that had been previously cooked the day before and that were still being used on the front line.
Adams says some food items were also not dated correctly. He says the owner could appeal to the Board of Health, but right now El Rancherito can only reopen under a new owner.
Former Vice President Joe Biden has announced he's running for president in 2020. Biden announced in Charlottesville, Virginia, that he will be running on the Democratic ticket. Biden was vice president under former President Barack Obama for 2009 to 2017. This will be his fourth time running for president, running in 1984, 1988, and 2008.
WIU students have elected a new president and vice president for next school year. As the university faces challenges, new leaders are coming up with ways to help WIU prosper. News 3's Jasmine Yates reports.
I sat down with newly elected president and vice president of Western Illinois University Student Government Association to talk to them about their upcoming goals for Western.
Meet and greet of who's on cabinet, and students can come and we can kind of talk to them about what student government does, what we've done in the past, what we can do for the students.
With WIU having enrollment issues, SGA's plan is to work closely with admissions and marketing staff to come up with a plan that will boost enrollment.
A group of students that can work with admissions and marketing, and they can give perspective and feedback to the faculty because they are more aware of what their peers would like to see.
SGA lacking student involvement from other organizations on campus, they plan on visiting each organization to create a better community where students can come to them with questions and concerns.
Councils and committees that we have to have student representatives on, and we've been lacking in involvement. So one of the things we want to do is go on an organization tour so that we can introduce SGA to all the organizations on campus.
Colton says Western is hurting and the next year will be a healing process.
One thing I think Western needs to do right now is heal. We've had a lot of problems with communication of faculty, administration, and students. So I think we need to come together and work together so that we can solve the problems Western is facing.
For more information about what SGA does or will do for WIU, visit SGA in the Capitol Room at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. I am Jasmine Yates reporting for News 3.
Well, today we're getting an inside look at WIU's new crime lab in Tillman Hall. Students and staff in the Law Enforcement and Justice Administration Department are showing us what the new McCamey Crime Lab has to offer and why this is such a vital asset for a law enforcement career. Putting down the books and learning to investigate a crime scene hands-on is what students say they enjoy the most.
In any other classroom, professors would have just said, here's how you do fingerprints, and might have been able to show it to us, but in here we got to do it ourselves. From fingerprints to crime scenes, the McCamey Crime Lab is the newest state-of-the-art addition to the WIU Law Enforcement and Justice Administration Department. It's giving students tools used in the real world.
Have a working crime lab with the same tools that practitioners that are using out there, that they'll experience. It's the same thing. It just really fills that void.
In law enforcement, it's required that you have to take fingerprints, take footprints.
WIU Assistant Professor Dr. Chris Bittner says this will give students a head start on what they would learn on the job.
What we've done here is give our students a leg up on other applicants, so when they go to work for a law enforcement agency, That's not their first exposure.
And students will be able to use these boards here to reenact a crime scene that is cordoned off. And some other features in the lab include items for collecting and processing evidence and equipment that investigators use to examine crimes.
DNA kit, scrapping up like blood samples and stuff and look under the microscope.
Law enforcement students here are taking advantage of the experience, and they encourage others to take a look at the program as well. Funding for the McCamey Crime Lab was mostly donated by the family of William McCamey, who was a former WIU professor.
Also in WIU news, Westfest 2019 is on May 1st and tickets are on sale now. This year's performers are country singers Morgan Evans and Dylan Scott. Westfest will be held in the University Union's Grand Ballroom in the WIU Union. The concert starts at 7 p.m. For more information, visit wiu.edu. Commencement 2019 is just over 2 weeks away, but students only have less than a week to order their cap and gown if it needs to be shipped. May 1st is the deadline to have your order shipped via UPS. The cost is $30 plus tax and includes cap, gown, and a tassel. For more information or to place your order, visit bookstore.wiu.com. Well, for the third year in a row, a major fundraiser at Western has broken a record. WIU says the university raised over $150,000 last year in the Western Challenge. This year, they exceeded that amount, raising more than $188,000 with the help of over 800 donors. This year's event included 12 challenges and matches, which increased donor involvement in specific areas and departments on campus. Well, coming up next after the break, find out how your summer travels don't have to break the bank. That's coming up next in today's Consumer Watch.
National Broadcasting Society helps the future of broadcasting get the tools needed to succeed in an ever-growing media world. At Western Illinois University, the professional connections students bring to our chapter of NBS have opened doors to networking possibilities that students otherwise wouldn't have. The opportunities we are given as students at WIU allow us to make connections today for success tomorrow.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
I chose Western Illinois University because I could get involved right away. You're going to gain experience. I'm going to be able to just become successful right out the gate. I'll be a news reporter and eventually become a news anchor one day. I've always felt that as a strong speaker, I could be a voice for the voiceless, but as long as I continue to believe in myself, work hard, and show that I want to put my best foot forward, I think that anything is possible.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
And welcome back. A department on campus aims to prepare students for life after their diploma. Reporting more about the benefits the center provides is News 3's Goldburn Reynolds.
Graduating from college is not an easy accomplishment, and finding out what you want to do after could be even harder. On campus, the Career Development Center that include dedicated personnel like Mandy McCraven hope to make this transition easier.
We offer a great deal of resources here at the CDC. We probably our most popular resources are our resume building and resume editing service. So we will help prepare all of your application materials for your future positions that you're applying for. One of our newest services that we're offering is virtual office hours. It happens on the first and the third Wednesday of every month, and we're available through Google Hangouts. So you can contact us through Google Hangouts or our emails.
Along with building a strong foundation for graduates with career planning and mock interviews, the Career Development Center ensures that students dress for success with free clothing from the Captain's Closet.
We offer all professional clothing, everything from dress pants, all sizes. We run the spectrum of sizes. We offer shoes, we offer belts, we offer ties. For women, we offer, occasionally we'll get in some jewelry or some scarves, so that's kind of nice. But we try to keep it to professional dress, what you would wear during an interview.
Moving on to the next step in life is a challenging one. But with aid from the CDC, it doesn't have to be impossible. For NEWS3, I'm Goldburn Reynolds.
The Career Development Center is located in Memorial Hall, room 125. Appointment for building your resume can be made in person or online at wyu.edu.
And speaking of preparing for jobs, Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation is hosting a job fair for employers and employees. Anyone can attend. The registration form must be filled out in advance and brought to Spoon River College. Details for the career fair are listed on your screen.
Well, right now is the best time to make your summer travel plans, but a new report shows millions of people will ditch a summer vacation because they can't afford it. However, experts say it doesn't have to be out of reach. In today's Consumer Watch, 3 tips that can save you big bucks.
Ditching summer travel? You're not alone. A new report shows 39 million adults won't be taking a summer vacation this year because they can't afford it. According to a survey from Bankrate, the average expense is $1,979. But don't let that keep you home. Travel experts say a little planning can keep costs low without skimping out on the fun.
Saving bucks on your vacation and having a good vacation experience really comes down to being prepared and doing a bit of research.
The biggest expense is usually airfare, so experts say follow these 3 steps to save big. First, be flexible when it comes to when and where you could go. Next, consider traveling in the off-season. Or better yet, experts recommend you book travel in the shoulder season, which is between peak and off-season.
You might compromise a little bit on weather, but you can save on your accommodations and experiences.
Use online tools and apps to research, plan, and book the cheapest options for airfare and accommodations.
You don't have to worry about tracking it. It will tell you, it will send a notification right to your phone.
And remember, you don't have to go at it solo. Experts say a travel agent can typically book your vacation for free because they charge the vendors, not you.
You can just tell them what your budget is, and then they will do the work to get you what you want.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
After the break, NEWS3's Molly Naslin has looked at your weekend forecast and if you can expect rain tonight.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On Tuesday, November 6th,
our state will be making some important decisions.
You might think it's not important,
or your vote doesn't matter.
But that's not true.
If you don't know how
or where to register,
visit vote.gov.
Make your voice heard.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on. And I like to be a part of that and helping people with that. Good afternoon and welcome back to Live at 4. We have some very pleasant temperatures outside today with 68 degrees for our current temperature right now. Mostly cloudy skies. We do have those clouds rolling in, covering up that sun, but it's still peeking out every few moments. Gentle winds out of the northwest at 3 miles per hour. Humidity and dew point are fairly close. That is a bit of a signal of some impending rain coming this afternoon, but we will have a little bit of a look at that here later on. Average temperatures, we're around average, actually above average, not quite to that 86-degree high, record high that we've had. And we're right around our lows for this evening. We'll talk about that just a little bit later. Again, we do have just a little bit of the rain on the way, but right now, not a whole lot in the way of clouds in the area right now. Again, partly cloudy skies with some of that sunshine peeking through. We do have a little bit of that rain coming in from the northwest, coming in through the area. We'll see a little bit of that later on tonight. The showers won't be very heavy and they won't last that long either, so don't worry if you had any plans this evening. Again, we do have some of that coming in through. We do have that high pressure system over us right now that is keeping those clouds at bay, keeping it nice and sunny here. But again, we do have that rain coming into the area as we go into the evening hours. Looking at the temperatures currently, again, 68 in Macomb. Keokuk a little bit warm at 70 degrees right now. Quincy a little bit cooler at 67, but still very comfortable. Temperatures tonight, right around average, 45 degrees in Macomb, a little bit warmer down in Quincy is all, with 47 in Keokuk. So Keokuk, you're going to cool off just a little bit tonight. Tomorrow, we're going to cool off just a little bit with a high of 62 degrees in Macomb, 65 in Beardstown, and Quincy 66. So you're a little bit of the hot spot we got going on here. Tomorrow night, we're going to cool off again, but around the same temperatures that we have tonight with 45 in Macomb. Quincy is actually going to be the hot spot again with 50 degrees for a high tomorrow night. Actually for a low, really. But as we go into the weekend, we do have 45 degrees for a low tonight with those showers early. Those winds are going to pick up quite a bit, though, with those showers coming in. For tomorrow, again, sunny skies, a high of 62 degrees, so not too much to worry about. But those winds are going to be howling right out of the northwest at 18 miles per hour. But with your 5-day forecast, again, sunny skies tomorrow. Chance for rain on Saturday, but it shouldn't last too long. Partly sunny skies on Sunday, cooling off just a little bit. Monday and Tuesday, we do have that chance for rain again, with your temperatures hovering right around the lower 60s and upper 50s.
Definitely keep that in the studio. Thanks a lot, Molly.
Yeah, we hope that rain won't affect the baseball and softball this weekend.
We certainly do. Thank you, Devin. Coming up next in sports, we've got baseball highlights from Tuesday's matchup, and the time machine takes us back to a year when this little-known band called the Rolling Stones formed. That's what's next in sports.
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand and said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
The first time I met Morris, the door flew open and I got this larger-than-life personality talking at the top of his lungs.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, man. Oh, I totally forgot. Hold on, let me get this for you. Oh. Just had a magnetic energy. So I thought, all right, we're definitely going to be friends.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Why I love to do sports anchoring? Because, it's talking about sports. I decided to come to Western because I wanted an experience that wasn't like some other schools. I did color commentary for one volleyball game. I was terrified. I never did any broadcasting in high school, but when I was talking, it was all, staggered, and I had no idea what I was saying. And now I've done so many different games as a color commentator, play-by-play, now sports anchor. Every show and every game, it gets easier and easier, and I get more comfortable doing it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Michael Dyan. The last time the WIU baseball team took the field in non-conference play, they got mercy ruled in 7 innings by in-state foe Southern Illinois Edwardsville. On Tuesday, it was time for the return match at Alfred D. Boyer. Spring scents like that of what looks to be some butterfly bush were in the air on a cloudy Tuesday afternoon at Alfred D. Boyer here in Macomb. Let's move with haste to the top of inning number 2, where Justin Perkins grounds out to third. That scores the first run of the game and makes it 1-0 SIUE. Moving forward to bottom 3, it's Drew Galassi smacking the 2-0 pitch into right center field. That one is going to get down just beneath the center fielder's glove. It's now 1-1. WIU would not maintain that tie for long. Top 4, that is El Gluzabal nobly sacrificing himself with the bunt to score the second run of the game and make it 2-1 SIUE. Staying top of 4, that is a slicing ball hit into left center, and that is Deion Thompson laying it out for the grab. And he keeps the hat and the sunglasses on. Nice style points. But WIU could not keep the lid on the pot much longer. When the bullpen took over, it all frothed over. Austin Emanuel's first pitch to Brock Weimer in the top of the 6th that's hit very hard, goes very far, and that Grand Slam baseball needs to go to the post office to change its mailing address. It was 6-1 at that point, and SIUE would never look back. The Cougars wind up winning to this one in 15-2 in 8 innings. The Cougars scored in all but 2 of the innings in that matchup. This weekend, the 15-23 Leathernecks will once again make the journey back north to face the 11-19 North Dakota State Bison. This is the second series of the season between the two teams. In the first series here in Macomb a month ago, the Bison took 2 of the 3 games and scored no less than 5 runs in any of those 3. Pitching will be very important if WIU wishes to keep the Bison below them in the standings. Our one to watch this week for the North Dakota State Bison is right fielder Jack Simonson. He had a great time out last time he played the Leathernecks. He played in the last 2 of the series here in Macomb, batted .555 in 9 at-bats, had 1 home run and 6 RBIs in the series. Game times for this series emanating from Fargo, North Dakota are as follows. Friday at 6:30, Saturday at 1, and getaway day, Sunday at 1. Moving to the circle, the Leathernecks softball team is facing the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons here in Macomb this weekend. The Mastodons are 8-33 on the season compared to the Leathernecks 14-19. This is the second to last series of the season and the last home series for 7 seniors on this squad. With the seniors in mind, we have for the first time a player to watch representing Western Illinois. That is Emily Ira, who had a fantastic series against North Dakota last weekend. She comes in with a record of 10-6, 113 strikeouts, and an ERA of .259 this season. The southpaw will be pitching in her final series at home and has had an amazing career. The games this weekend have been moved up due to forecasted bad weather. It is now a doubleheader tomorrow, Friday. Game 1 from Mary Ellen McKee Stadium starts at 2:30 with Game 2 to follow. Game 3 is Saturday at 1. That is on ESPN3. We will let you know on our Facebook page if there are any more changes to the schedule. In other sports that hit balls with metal objects, the WIU women's golf team is wrapping things up on the 2018-2019 season. The Leathernecks were led by freshman Emma Mars and junior Nicole Hamilton Cross, who finished their championship play with a score of .246, both tied 29th in individual play. The team finished the Summit League Championship in 9th place with a combined score of .981. Denver was the overall winner of the Summit League Championship this year. They had a combined score of .904. Heading over to the pitch, the WIU men's soccer team will wrap up their spring campaign on Sunday as they take on the Bradley Braves. Winners of their last 2, the Leathernecks are looking to finish with a 4-1 record on the spring season. The action kicks off for that match Sunday at 1. That one is in Peoria. Shifting to another sport that depends on the use of your feet, the Leatherneck track and field team is continuing competition today at the Drake Relays. Michaela Bush finished events at the relays yesterday. In the heptathlon, Bush is currently in 5th out of 15. The Leathernecks also have multiple top 5 standings in Summit League events. Bush stands at 4th place in the high jump. Long jumpers Bro Brasseur and Isaiah LaSure are in the top 3. And in football news, tonight is the NFL draft. Over the next 3 days, 254 young men will be drafted to one of the 32 franchises in the National Football League. First round airs nationally tonight at 7. Rounds 2 and 3 are tomorrow night starting at 6, and Saturdays 4 through 7 rounds are at 11 a.m. This year, WIU fans have a big reason to pay close attention to day 2 of this draft. Defensive tackle Colin Saunders is projected to go sometime in the 2nd or 3rd rounds. Best of luck to Colin and all the other Leathernecks who have declared for the draft. Headed to the high school ranks, the Macomb High Bombers baseball and softball teams will be taking on the Chargers of Illini West today. Both games are at 4:30 and on the road in Carthage, Illinois. Going back to WIU, women's basketball associate head coach Seth Minter is leaving to go to Missouri State. He will be assistant coach and recruiting coordinator for the Lady Bears. Missouri State coming off an incredibly successful season. They won the Missouri Valley Conference and made it to the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament. Seth Minter spent 8 seasons with the Leathernecks, including their run to 3 straight postseason tournaments, the best in school history. And finally, for today's This Day in History, we head back to 1962 when the Rolling Stones were new and the Beatles were all the rage. Harry Cheedy was a catcher in his 12th and final major league season and was set to begin that season with the Cleveland Indians until Cleveland decided to trade him to the expansion New York Mets for a player to be named later. Cheedy would flop with the Mets, and after 15 games, it was time for the Mets to decide who they were going to give back to Cleveland. They sent back Cheedy, so in baseball's record books on April 25th, 1962, there now lies a trade. The Cleveland Indians sent Harry Cheedy to the Mets for Harry Cheedy. That's it for sports. Coming up next, what can help you get around the golf course, and we'll be here to help you get around WIU next Monday.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I was living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
A WIU department will be giving away free golf cart rides to students going to class next Monday. It's all for something they call Kinder Monday.
It was started by 2 counselors from WIU in 2016 to change the stigma that Monday is the worst day of the week.
You know, I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. I just wonder how it's all going to be orchestrated.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I think we're going to need to be underneath the golf cart or something on Monday for the rain.
We do have a chance for rain coming up on Monday. However, for tomorrow, we are going to cool off just a little bit, but we will have plenty of sunny skies. Yes, that is a 33-degree temperature for the low on Saturday with a chance for rain. Sunday, we're going to bring that sun back into the skies with a little bit of a cool off. We'll warm up again for your Monday with that chance of rain. Cool off again on Tuesday with yet another chance for rain. So April showers definitely do bring May flowers.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Molly. And that is all for us today.
But we are online all the time. Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.